This
Even
conference will
less,
now be recorded.
even less sports bettors are profitable today than a couple years ago. And there's more information readily available at everyone's fingertips. But the problem is that most bettors get introduced to sports betting by other losing bettors. It's almost like you're not going to learn how to drive from someone that can't drive. Like if you know that this person cannot drive to save their lives, like the last thing you're going to do is take driving lessons from them. But it just makes sense. It's reasonable. It's nothing like I'm not smart. It's something any reasonable person would conclude. But because it's all the content, meaning there's just so little of it coming from sharp bettors, because so few people actually do win, and those that do win, dude, most of us don't have the time to do that shit. If I didn't have my girl doing this stuff, setting this up, I wouldn't be doing that. You think I'd have Instagram videos the last, like we did yesterday, and TikTok? I didn't even have TikTok. I don't even have it downloaded on my phone. Even today, I don't have it on my phone. Like, I don't want to watch that shit. But again, like, it's about time we get some plus EV information out there and at least help all bettors, as many as possible as we can touch, build the proper foundation for them to build on. Listen, most are just going to be recreational bettors, guys that do it for fun, that do it for entertainment. And hopefully they have good discipline and money management skills and don't lose more than they could afford. God bless them. Do it for action. You'll win sometimes as well. But we also know there are a lot of people who bet every single day, who risk their hard-earned money every single day, and have learned what to do, how to do it from people that are just negative EV, that have negative lifetime earnings. That's just factual. There's a very small fraternity of winners. I couldn't believe until my girl showed me all of the content. Like, she's like, this is what you're really up against, babe. Shows me the people that are getting 500,000 views, 50,000 views, 100,000 views. Dude, the stuff they're saying, I can't believe it that anybody would watch that. And more importantly, follow that. Dude, I watched the guy actually had like 500,000 views explaining how he got rich betting these stupid parlays. Dude, we already know. Like, it's not even an opinion of mine. We factually know that the hold on parlays is upwards of 30 to 40%. Who could beat that hold? Like, who if you can do that, you could predict the future. What the fuck are you doing betting sports? Fly to New York, walk down Wall Street, walk into Chase, find Jamie Dimon, and tell him, bro, I'm going to be the best trader on the fucking planet. I can see into the future. Forget everybody. Give me the $1 billion account to trade. What are you doing betting sports for $1,000? It makes no sense. So, but again, don't let me go off on a rant. What I saw in the last 24 hours has made me nuts, has made me be, I told her, whenever you think is a good time to turn that camera on, you turn it on. I'll go off on a rant, I'll give a pick, or I'll share some educational information, because there has to be a limit to the nonsense. And it's gotten out of hand. It's gotten out of hand. Now, let me move back and grab my laptop too, so I could look at other stuff coming in. Because like I said, this is on her setup. Give me a sec. All right. Just because, things may be coming in. You know how we go. Thank you, Ernesto. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Oh, is this? Thank you, baby. Thank you, baby. You are the best. I love it, huh?
Is it cold?
No, yeah, it's cold.
It is.
Thank you. Thank you. Who loves you? You're the best. All right. I'm looking for a question. Someone asked a question about, I mentioned about under San Fran Philly, and I'm wondering why that hadn't gone out. Oh, I know why. I know why, because it was 7.5. It was 7.5. That's why. Yeah, now I remember. It was 7.5. Yeah, we're not going to go under 7.5. It won, but I'm not going to take that bad number because I got under 8 for the groups I work with. But around that 7, 9, 11, those are key numbers. Now, if I saw that they went like under 8, under 7.5, and it was at 7, that's a different story. I would even go under 7 at that point, because even though 7's a key number, the fact that they're going under the 7.5 tells me the worst I could do is push if they win, meaning it's going to land on 7 for them to cash that under 7.5. But when it goes from 8 to 7.5, they could push and we lose. I'm never going to put us in that position unless I like it that much. And that just wasn't one of those games that I liked that much. And look, it won by a half a run. Seeing that it went final. Now, hopefully, if any of you guys followed that information, you cashed on that one. But that's the reason, Sherlock, that I did not release that to subscribers. That's the reason right there. I don't take bad numbers, and I would never urge you guys to take bad numbers. Like, again, that's why I tell you, when I send you guys stuff, your job is to have multiple books so you have the best opportunity of finding that number. But if the number I bet it at, if you can't find it, if you're going to take bad numbers, the risk is on you. Like, our results are not going to be the same. I'm telling you that now. It depends how much of a bad number you take also. But if you're constantly taking bad numbers and thinking, well, it's a money line, if he wins at plus 120 and I win at even money, it's still a difference. Dude, 20 cents on the dollar, if I'm getting 20 cents on the dollar more than you, you just got lucky. You did not place a plus EV bet. You did not win. Like you weren't in the advantageous position. You simply were the product of good luck. That's I'm telling you that because I want you to make sure you guys turn a profit with me long term. And that's why I say I give more than enough volume, more than enough volume. You see, we bet these first 5 2 different ways. We bet the game sometimes 2 different ways. We have 4 bets on the same game. You should be able to get 1 or 2 in at least at that number. I give more than enough volume that you do not have to take bad numbers ever, ever, ever. Now, here's where we sit. Let's start so then we can look at these games real quick. Bottom line, we're starting to move. We're starting to move in the upward trajectory. Month to date, up 35 units. Month doesn't matter to us because, again, 30 days, there's randomness involved. I love that we bounce back. You know, I love seeing that, and I love seeing we're, above that break even. Now I'm not more above, but I care about long term. My goal is to win for you year after year, not day after day, week after week, month after month. Sure, that's what my goal is to do it, but I know that's just not possible. It's not even probable. So I aim for it, knowing it's not going to happen, but by aiming for winning every day, I'll be able to win year after year. And so far this year, we're up 66 units. Let's do a little math. Why don't we? 66 units. Remember, you have a $10,000 bankroll. You know what we bet. 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1%, and 1.25. That's it. $25, $50, $75, $100, and $125. And what's that based on? The rating we use at Wager Talk of 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%, 5%. Those are ratings. Those reflect strength. They don't reflect bet size. Bet size is reflected in 0.25 of that percentage. It's very simple. So if you have a $10,000 bankroll, the most you'll ever bet, like on tonight's 5% play on the under 6, you'll bet to win 125. Now, if you bet to win 250, it's on you. It's on you. If you bet to win 500 and only have a 10,000 bankroll, that's on you. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. All I can tell you is you may be over betting your edge. And if you're doing that, you're not going to win long term. This is coming from someone that wants you to get his play, wants you to win with it. But I'm just telling you that in order to profit year after year, and increase your bet size and go to, like I did, from 100 to 500 to now betting 1,000 to 5,000. And I probably could be betting comfortably 2,000 to 10,000 right now, but I don't want to be having to deal with that many outs, that much risk of agents of getting burned. So for me, I'm comfortable. I make that money off of that bankroll. That's enough. But we're never going to increase our risk of ruin. So at 66 units, and 60, close to 66 and a half, but like, you know, we tipped the waitress. So let's do a little math right here. I just had to restart the phone. It was making that crazy echo sound. 66 times 25. All right, we're at 1650 plus 1650. I'll take it. I'll take it. Now, that's up over 15%. Increase the capital, increase the starting capital from January 1st. Now you're going to say, wait, Ace, wait. What are you talking about, Ace, over 15%? That's what we netted, what our gross was. That's what we grossed. What did I net? Because remember, I have to pay you for information. I have to pay for my internet. I have to pay for my electricity. I even have to pay for my time placing these bets. So you're not really up over 15%. Well, if you would have signed up for the entire year and took advantage of that $1,000 discount that I gave not only once on the first of the year, but gave it again just a couple weeks back, then it's costing you like $100 a month, 100 whatever a month. We're 5 months in, take off the 500 of that over 1,500 and you're up 1,000. 10% return on capital in 5 months. And let me tell you, I'll be the first to tell you, it hasn't been a great 5 months. Nothing to brag about. We're just doing our work, grinding, taking advantage of some edges. But I know the real damage is still to come. We haven't gone on any kind of run. We haven't gotten lucky yet. If anything, we've been unlucky and are still ahead. That's what we want. And here's what most important to me of anything else. That over the last 365 days, I have over 2% return on investment. That's right, over 2% ROI on over 3,200 bets. 3,200 bets, 3,200 bets. That's correct, 2.2% ROI. That's advantage play at its fucking best. That's what we're here for. Let's go. Let's go. Now, sorry, phone's going off. I just want to see if there's any stuff coming in. Nothing yet. Okay. So I live in Vegas and I have many accounts here, but looking for other places to get better lines and numbers. FanDuel, DraftKings, not available here. I book Bet Online. You suggest some other books I can get being here in Nevada? I wish you could get a penny account. Nah, that's Canada. The truth is, I don't like recommending sports books because I don't want to be responsible for anyone losing their money. Granted, this seems like they're doing a hell of a business, and none of these corporations should ever go bankrupt. People are just giving them their money. But we've seen money get mismanaged before. We've seen companies get mismanaged before, and we've seen cash machines go under. So that's my only concern about recommending. Here's what I could tell you what I do. I have cash in most of the accounts like Circa, Superbook, do I have South Point? And I don't know if I even have money in there now. Stations. I have Stations accounts still open because I'm not foolish enough to beat them try to beat them to every number. Who else do I use here? I've gone in and out of Caesars a little bit, in and out of MGM a little bit. But I don't like to post money. I like to bet on credit because right now I could get 5.5% on my money just sitting in a Coinbase account in USDC. I could get more than that in some bonds, some CDs. Like, why would I let my cash sit in a non-interest bearing account? Not going to happen. So that's why I use credit, to be honest with you. That's why I'm not the guy to recommend these sports books, because I don't boast money. Like I have some money like in Bet Online. I have some money in a couple books like that, the bigger names. But Even my penny account is credit account. I have an agent that stands for it, and he gave me one that's a skin of Pinnacle and one that's actual Pinnacle. So I use agents, man, and I give 10% of my winnings for them to stand for it. Free roll, meaning that it comes with a work off. So they get 10%. If they get me an account that I could bet $1,000 a play, let's say, so they get a free 100 free roll per play. Now let's say I lose $10,000 that week. So they're 10%, they're minus 1,000. They don't, if next week, let's say I win 5,000, they don't get paid because they still have that work off. So now that $1,000 work off could only be a $500 work off because I won $5 grand, 10% of that's 500, it would knock their work off down. Now let's say the next week I won 10,000, well, that 10% would be 1,000, we'd knock off their 500 remaining on the work off, so they would now be up 500. That's how I deal with my agents, so that they stand for the money. That means I sleep comfortable. The reason you get this free roll, this percentage, is so that I don't have to hear this guy didn't pay me, this bookmaker freaking, this company went bankrupt, it's Black Tuesday, it's Black Friday, it's Black Monday. I don't give a fuck what black it is. I give you that 10% free roll so that you stand for the money. Don't accept the free roll if you're not willing to stand for the money. And that's it. And I haven't had any problems since going to that because I deal with legitimate people. Fuck you, Dodgers. Took a 4-3 lead on our Mets. Just saw that out of the corner of my eye. That's why I don't like watching this shit. All right. So we know what we're up for the year. Okay. Now, you know what we bet: 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1%, 1.25. Now, I'm going to do a video on this and put it out there because bettors need to know. Like I said, when I saw 500,000 view guy talking about the crazy percentages you should be betting and 500,000 view guy talking about how you could get rich betting parlays, it's obviously time. And it's time to share some money management gifts as well to the newer bettors. They're going to laugh. They're going to laugh, obviously, but let them get the education that we all paid for. Mine's Ivy League. I lost more than enough bankrolls. I could have went to Harvard. So probably, I always ask myself, if I never bet, would I have been better now? Probably not, because of what's happened over the last 10 years. But before 10 years ago, I was probably asking myself that question. Had I never bet, would I be ahead right now? But fortunately, again, things have turned out for the better. Now, with that said, where was I? I hate when I lose my train of thought because we're all over the place. But hold on. See, these questions come in. All right. No, nothing else is coming. Nothing else is coming. I have my laptop up right here. Have my phone set up for the chat bot that comes in. The last play we got was under 9 in the Dodgers. Under 9 in the Dodgers. You notice I didn't give that out? Why? Because it was 8.5. And I can show it to you right now. I got to cover. I don't know how to do this. I'm going to have to cover everything but that. You guys will trust me. Oh, no. Oh, no. I just can't. Again, there's a lot of people that very private in this industry, very private. So we got to protect them. We got to protect them. But as you can see, Dodgers, under 9, Dodgers under 9, under 9, up to minus 123. Why didn't you get that? Because it was 8.5. It was 8.5. It was 8.5. Now there was a 9 or 2 out there. Obviously, that's why I was able to get it for them. But with 9 being such a key number, you think we're going to chase that? You think we're going to get that? Because here's what would have happened right there. That's one where we would have lost, where right now it looks like they, may push or whatever. Or it looks like it's going to win too. But you know what I'm getting. I'm thinking it's at 7, it's at 8. Hopefully they make it 4-4, right? Hopefully they make it 4-4. But again, we're not going to go under 9. We're not going to go under 9 when it's 8.5. I'll give that information on those daily bet with ace segments. Now going forward, I'm not going to give a whole board out. Believe me, I'm going to give 2-3 plays out. 1 or 2 premium plays, 1 or 2 leans. That's it. And use the rest of the time to do educational stuff and talk about what's going on in the betting market, even things that we haven't bet and stuff like that is how we're going to do it. Now let's go over some WNBA. I need to look at some WNBA because there were some overnights. As you guys know, I shared anyone that watched those videos today. All right, give me a sec. All right. I'm just looking if we're going to bet this. So slow that. Yeah, again, you guys know how we do this because I'm looking right now at possibly betting that Atlanta-Washington game. And then let me see. WNBA. Oh, hold on. All right. Yep. We got 2 premium WNBA totals. Are you ready? Are you ready? Game 603, Atlanta, Washington, over 163.5, over 163.5. You could take 164 if you can't get 163.5, but I see a handful of 163.5. So that's Atlanta, Washington, over 3% play. Now, it did get some obvious two-way action from sharps. Just looking at the line move, you could tell these were overnights that I received, and there weren't any buybacks though from my guys, my WNBA guys, and I actually leaned that way too. So and then let me look at this second game real quick, the third game, excuse me. See if we are going to move on the Vegas one. Sec. Vegas. Yeah, I'm going to pass on the Vegas one. I'm going to pass on the, oh, no. Oh, sorry. Forgive me. Hold on. Well, I do like the under. Fuck, this could have been a bigger bet. All right, we're going to go 3% play under 169.5. Minnesota, Las Vegas, under 169.5. I see 170 on the board. If you could get 170, obviously take 170, but let's get these 2 unders in there. Okay, for a second, I thought it was the over. I'm like, oh no, I don't like the over. I like the under. Off that line move and even looking at the matchup. Little recency bias there. Look at those teams, both of them coming off 90-point games. All right, let me send these out. Let me bet them too. Like, you know, you guys get them first. I don't even want to, just in case I have to bet it into the penny skin and they move the lines when I bet into that. I actually seriously don't want to move the lines for you guys either. That wouldn't be cool. WNBA. We're going Washington. Under. Wow, I just got under 164. Under 164. See, that's why I got to have outs. I swear, under 164 at minus 109, Atlanta, Washington. I mean, over. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah, the under's in the Vegas. See, long day. I ain't betting it through him. Thank you. Going under 170. I'll go under 169 and a half too. I can't get the whole everything in at 170. All right. Vegas under, Atlanta over. Boom. All right, let's go. Things are going good. Let's see. Any questions? Any more questions? Hold on, this just popped off. Babe, can you help me for a sec? Sorry, doll. Yeah, I just can't touch shit. I hope you guys can still hear me. I'm coming right back in. I hit something by accident. That's why I bring my computer here. See, and this just popped up, so I didn't know where my window went. I'm still on, Jeff. Thank you. Thank you. See that? I love you. Thank you, baby. Any leans for 302? DB? Yes, because actually I just did, I do some of the UFC stuff. What do I call the show I did today? The Gambler's Perspective. Forgive me. I just did a Gambler's Perspective and was able, because I talked with Nick Kalikas before and after, and was able to pick his brain a little bit because we're taping a UFC on the line tomorrow. So let me pull up the UFC card right now and let you know what I like right away. I'm probably going to start sending out stuff tonight or tomorrow, probably tomorrow. I am already into my notes and I'll probably have them finished tonight. I do notes on every fight. All right. Poirier Makhachev, I like the under. Strickland Costa, Strickland and over. Pass. Randy Brown, Zaleski Dos Santos, I like Dos Santos. Almeida, Kopolov, Almeida or pass. Dawson Selecki, pass. Rowe Matthews, Phil Rowe. Gal Hafez, it's too high of a price, but Basile's going to win that fight. Aylin Perez, Jocelyn Edwards, pass. El Paso, Texas El Paso. And Raposo Lima, same thing, Paso. Texas El Paso on those. All right, anything else coming in? All right, do I put any stock in USADA out of the picture and suddenly the older Brazilian fighter's looking 10 years younger? I don't know, man. I mean, obviously you always hear whispers and usually the athletes are ahead of the testing. Like the guys that want to cheat probably were already cheating. Again, it's tough. It's tough. Now without USADA, are they just going to go nuts? I don't think so. I mean, again, I think like you said, They are starting to look a little younger. There are some Brazilians, but you see, it's everybody's getting called out on it. There's a lot of the narrative, a lot of gossip around it. As a bettor, I don't know how to quantify it. I really don't. It's just another factor to consider. And if you had too many factors, it's one of those situations. It's a pass. Like if you're guessing too much, we're all guessing. We're making guesses, but you're trying to make the most the most accurate guesses, like they say, the hypothesis, right? You're not trying to guess at things that you just can't. Like so in other words, what I'm trying to say is you're trying to quantify things you can, and when you can't quantify things, it's almost impossible to factor them in. And determining whether someone's on the juice or not is difficult. Determining how that's going to affect them is difficult. So when it's if you have a question mark and you really look at a matchup or look at the fighters at the weighing, you're like, uh-oh, the 10-year older guy looks a lot different than his last fight, juice. I wouldn't know how to take advantage of that. I really wouldn't. Like, would that mean automatically bet him? I don't think so. Like, I don't know, you know? So my recommendation is probably if you think that's one of the factors to consider in a matchup you're betting, probably not bet it. Because again, even if you draw the conclusion, which way do you lean? Is it a positive? How big of a positive? What's it worth? And also, plus, if anyone else is talking about it, is Wager Talk allowing you to send picks out within that 10-minute window now? I think it's 10 minutes. I think it's 10 minutes still. Yeah, I don't think anything changed. I don't think, yeah. Anything I put out, like I said, I send it to you guys first, and then I bet it pretty much 9 out of 10 times. And I've had no problems betting anything. All right. Now let's look at real quickly. We covered the WNBA. I gave you the UFC. As far as NHL, you know what we like tonight. I love the under. I love the under. And, you know, we're going to need our Dallas Stars. We have them for the series. That's a nice 4% play, right? That's a nice 4% play for Dallas. But I don't have anything on the side tonight. And there's no way why would we look to hedge or anything like that, especially you got late chalk with Edmonton. So we'll take Dallas. Hopefully they get a nice little road win, and we could really put that series away. They get the win tonight. It's all but over. It is over. NBA, nothing today. We have tomorrow, Dallas, Minnesota. Obviously, it's back in Minnesota, and we're in an awful, awful, awful situation. Down 3-1. Here's what we know. In the semifinals, when the visiting team's up 3-1, they don't win this next game. They usually lose it more times than not. Small sample size, only 26 times in the semis it's happened, but 70% of the time, the team like Minnesota gets the win and it goes 3-2. But they lose the series. They lost the series 23 out of 26 times. So again, I thought they were done when they were down 3-0. I thought it was all but put a fork in them. They gave us another game. We had a total at least. They're going to give us another game tomorrow. Hopefully we find a winner in the total and limit our losses on that series bet, because on that future bet, it was nice at 16-1. Obviously, they proved they shouldn't have been 16-1, but we needed them to get to the finals to have that equity where we're really going to do damage. So let me see if anything else came in. Otherwise, we'll talk about what we got coming up and finally do that money management thing one more time, because again, I'm going to just keep repeating myself until it just becomes auto-fucking-matic. Okay, what do we have here? What do we have here? All right, if anybody is betting Copa Sudamer. We have a soccer bet. It's Nacional Potosi against Boca Juniors. Nacional Potosi versus Boca Juniors. They went under 3.75, under 3.75, up to minus 120. Up to minus 120. What else do they have here? That sounded like the doorbell. All right, I'm just looking at some Major League Baseball. I'm just going through all the boards, ladies and gentlemen, just going through all the boards. See if we could pick up anything else. Las Vegas Aces, but I don't love that side. I passed on it. They laid the 4. They laid the 4 when it dropped the 4. Remember, this opened 5.5, I think 6 in some places. So could have been guys that took the 6 early, laying the 4 late. That's why I left that one alone. Anything else I could share? Oh, where's that? Give me a sec. Oh man, I missed it. Baltimore, Boston under first 5. Just 2 minutes. You guys, we could have bet it. We would have been able to bet it. Wouldn't have been able to give it out at a premium play. I put in 2 minutes before that game went off. Remember, it started a little early. Okay, that's why I didn't see it earlier in the thing. One more thing. They bet the Washington Nationals. They bet the Nationals. I don't love it. I don't like it. I'm not piggybacking the Nationals side. Let me see something here real quick. Yeah. Atlanta averaging 5.5 runs versus a lefty. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I'm not going to mess with that. Just sharing information. You guys, in case someone liked Atlanta, well, you know the Sharps on it with you. If someone liked Las Vegas Aces, you know Sharps on it with you. And Toronto, they actually laid the 190 with Toronto. I'm not going to lay 190 with Toronto on the road. No way. No, thank you. No, thank you. I'm good. Yeah, that looks like it's about it. Yes. I'll give out the soccer. Yes. If I would download a VPN. That's what I do. I use what is that called again? I use ExpressVPN right here. See, I already have it set to Toronto. Ready to be clicked. This is all you do. Look, you just click that. That's it, connected. Now I'm in Toronto. As far as anyone I call, the IP, the book's going to think I'm in Toronto. That's because I bet through Pinnacle. in Canada. So that's all you need. That's all you need. I've been betting with them for a couple years now. So that's not a problem. That's not a problem. So here's the soccer that they bet, that wild soccer. That's in Copa. It's the event is Copa Sudamer, Sudamer, and the two teams are Nacional Potosi, Potosi. So Nacional Potosi against Boca Juniors. They went under 3.75, under 3.75. So less than 4, up to minus 120. And let me see. That was the soccer. Yep. And then running through the UFC one more time. Let's go. You ready? Hang with me. Oh, that's Prime. That's what you ordering stuff, babe? All right. Main event, Makhachev Poirier. Listen, Makhachev should win this fight, obviously. The line's just way too high. It is way too high. And the biggest bet I've ever made in MMA was on Makhachev, and he cashed for me. And I still can't get to the window at this price. It's under 2.5. Under 2.5. And co-main event, Strickland. I like Strickland. I like the over as well. Over 3.5 is only a minus 105. You could go over 4.5 at plus 105, but I laid the minus 105. The reason I haven't released it is because there isn't enough books to carry it yet. So I have to either determine if I'm going to go over 4.5 or if I see more books offering the 3.5. That's why. But I'm telling you now, I like the over 3.5. I like Strickland, Holland, Oleksiejczuk. Pass. Oleksiejczuk has some power. Holland's got that reach. Stay away. Morono Price, stay away. So far, Brown, Zaleski Dos Santos. I like Zaleski Dos Santos at plus money. Almeida Kopilov. I like Cesar Almeida. I like them more at plus money. Grant Dawson, Selecki. Line's just way too high on Grant Dawson, but he should bounce back after that win. Selecki needs a win too, coming off a loss, and he just doesn't have the power to do what just happened to Grant Dawson. Who did he get KO'd from again? Bobby Green. That's it. Who else do we have? Philip Rowe, Jake Matthews. I like Phil Rowe as a dog. Mickey Gall against Hafez. Listen, man, the line's too high, but Basil will get that W. Aileen Perez, Jocelyn Edwards. So far, nothing. Texas El Paso. And Raposo Lima, same thing, Paso. So nothing too concrete yet. I'll have UFC on the line tomorrow. I'll see if I send out any premiums tonight as I'm doing more UFC notes, and tomorrow finalizing them. But like, again, I'll go real quickly. Under in the main event, Strickland and over in the co-main event. And then I like Zaleski Dos Santos, Cesar Almeida, Phil Rowe. And that's about it. So far, so good. I don't get paid out by Pinnacle. Davey asked, can you still get paid out through Pinnacle with the Nevada ID and address? I don't get paid out. Like I told you, I deal with the agents that set up my accounts. And that's it. Like, fortunately for me, he lives in Canada, the guy I deal with through the Pinnacle accounts. But that's why I have to use a VPN when I place bets, so it looks like I'm in Canada also. But he stands for the money. He gets the 10% free roll. God bless America. Everybody happy. I've been paid. When I lose, I pay with crypto. And they've been paying me with crypto as well. Been selling it, but that's how they've been settling mostly. All right. So going to take 2 more minutes to see if there's any last questions. And while you do that, I'm going to repeat our calisthenics. Let's go. What do we bet? 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1%, 1.25 of our bankroll. That way we overcome any bad run and are there to be profiting with everyone else when our plus EV kicks in. That's simple as that. It kicked in last year. We increased starting capital by 80%. We've won 8 of the last 9 years and are already up this year. So hopefully it's 9 out of the last 10 when December 31st rolls around. That's what we do. That's what we're going to do. Just stick to that bet size. If you need to be betting more, increase your bankroll. Don't come with 10,000, come with 20,000, 50,000, 100,000. Come with 100,000 and all of a sudden you're betting a little bit more. Come with 10,000, you're betting a little bit less. It's that simple. You want to go for you want each unit to be $250 so that my 5% play, you're betting over a dime, 4% plays, you're betting a dime. You got to have 100 dimes. Why? Because I need your risk of ruin to be low. Why? Because I want you to make money doing this. I don't want the only one making money out of this me. I'm going to make money with my bets because I have that discipline and I manage my risk correctly. I'm also going to make money from sharing my information. But my goal is for you to make money. That's why I created the Steam Room, where I'm forced to come in here every single week and remind you, if I'm up, you should be up. And if I'm down, I'm still going to face you and explain to you, this is what's going on. This is what we have to do, just like I did last year when we were behind. And we ended up way ahead. We are more ahead right now than we were last year at this time. And you saw, like I said, we increased starting bankroll by 80%. You want to jump in for the long run. You want to do it the right way. This is all I'm doing now, full-time, 24/7. You know, once in a while, I'll play a little blackjack, but I even got my girl now working with me to handle that stuff, something I didn't have in the past. Like, that was one of the problems with my ex. No motivation, no ambition, and more just pretty much lazy. But now I have some help, especially someone you can trust. So again, you got me at my optimum, You never see me doing this stuff. This is why I'm doing it. It's time to leave our mark. I'm not going to be doing this forever. I'm not going to be doing this for too much longer, but we need to leave our mark and definitely turn a profit. That's what we're doing this for. We're not doing it for fun. We're not doing it to waste our time. We're doing it for profit. So if you're going to do it for profit, you may as well fucking do it right. And the blueprint's there. Numbers don't lie. Again, you don't have to like me. You don't have to enjoy my listening to me, nothing. Turn this shit off. Don't even show up for it if you don't need it. But numbers don't lie. And there's a reason I'm #1 profit winner at Wager Talk since the site launched, even though I didn't join till 2 years after it launched. And it's only going to grow. My gap's only going to grow. And they got some plus CV guys over there as well. So I appreciate all you guys. I appreciate your time. Enjoy the rest of your week, and more importantly, the weekend. What we got coming up, the rest of the NHL and NBA playoffs, we'll look for spots to place big bets, just like we did today with a 5% play, because some of the biggest edges are during the playoffs because of the unsophisticated money that hits the marketplace. And then we're just going to grind baseball. You know where that's where the money is. Baseball, baseball, baseball. And other than that, just enjoy the rest of your summer. Love you guys. Appreciate the support. And God bless. We're out.